I can't guarantee something weird is going to happen on this tour, but it might happen. It might.
Bandits, cowboys, and a general sense of lawlessness was romanticized in post-Civil War era America and enticed many to chart their course for the notorious Wild West. At the center of this expanse was Arizona territory, known for its ruthlessness, but also as a path out of the aftermath of the Civil War. The American Western frontier's enduring allure of freedom, opportunity, and discovery is much like the lasting mystique of historic Route 66. In this episode, we're fixing to saddle up and explore some of the sites where those two eras cross over as we continue our journey in Arizona, where Route 66 meets the relics of the Wild West. But where was I? Oh, right, the haunted hotel thing. The Weatherford Hotel in Flagstaff opened on New Year's Day, 1900. At the time, Flagstaff was a frontier town in Arizona's Wild West and an important commerce center due to its location along the railway. As you can imagine, this railtown hotel saw an incredible number of, shall we say, interesting figures during its storied history, including Mr. Wyatt Earp himself. And as a result, there's a number of ghost stories and tall tales spinning around the Weatherford Hotel.
We conduct ghost hunts and paranormal investigations around Flagstaff in different locations. I'm here at the Weatherford Hotel. We do a tour where we bring the public in and allow them to investigate this place with us. It is one of the oldest hotels in Flagstaff. They will experience one of the most haunted locations in the United States. Definitely one of the most haunted hotels here in Flagstaff. They're going to experience disembodied voices. Some of them see apparitions. Some of them feel tugs on their shirts.
If the thought of ghostly encounters gives you the heebie-jeebies, boy, you wouldn't have lasted long in the Wild West. Maybe a walk through Flagstaff's hidden history instead. You yellow-bellied tenderfoot.
Behind the staircase was a tunnel system leading right to the train station. Smuggle in the booze right off the train. How fun is that? And it was a quick getaway, right? If the sheriff popped his head in, easily escape right through the tunnel system right onto the train. Amazing, right? Incredible. The reason why I did this tour is to bring this past, the history to life, and to bring Route 66 to life. What people can expect is just being educated about not only Route 66, but our beautiful Flagstaff historic downtown area. They can get all the authentic Wild West, the rich history. We tell the stories authentically as we can, and hopefully we do, the old Route 66 people that lived during that time period justice on my tour.
Continuing west, an unusual gas station caught our attention, and to our surprise, we run into an old friend.
What happened is that this iconic, very well-known artist by the name of Bob Wildmeyer, he was always into Route 66. He was an artist and he did Route 66 art. He had been aware of this property. It was closed down. So he bought it in the 1980s. And he finally opened it as a souvenir shop at a museum in 1992.
There he is, again, our old friend Bob Waldmeyer. Should have guessed the call of the Wild West would have lured our Route 66 cowboy all the way out here from Illinois.
People love this idea of stepping back like into a time machine and actually seeing an earlier, simpler way of life that was the original American dream. When people come into our store, into the Hackberry General Store, they're really surprised because when you look at the outside, which by the way is artfully preserved in a state of disrepair, but when they come inside the store, they're surprised at what they find. It's an overload for the senses.
One last hurrah as we reach the Arizona border, and whew, Arizona's really testing our resolve with these last few miles of highway on the way to Oatman. This ain't no time for pudding footin', you hear?
Coming east to west, you're leaving Kingman, coming across Golden Valley, and then you enter what's known as the Arizona Sidewinder. It's 191 turns and about 8.5 miles. Not for the faint of heart. I think if you drove it, there's some spots where there's no guardrails and you look down several hundred feet below you and there's just nothing but rocks and desert down there. We're in Oatman, Arizona. It's an old mining town that was probably at its heyday in the 1910, 1920 area during the mining era. Through the 60s, 70s, into the 80s, it started becoming more of a tourist attraction and gained popularity because of the burros, as you'll see around town. Burros a donkey. You see this one back here behind us. There's several. There's, I think, 2,500 of them in mountains around here. They were left by the miners. The miners closed up and packed up. They couldn't take them with them, so they just kind of carried what they could out of here and left the burros behind. So they've just been adapted to the area, and they've become part of the area, and now there's a lot of them. The old town feel. We have a lot of mining equipment around here still. We have active mines that are still here, just outside of town. And just a lot of history. This is Route 66 right here. It's directly runs through the town. Before I-40 was built in the 50s, this is the way you went. This is the only way you can come through here to get from Los Angeles into this part of the country.
Yeehaw! Well, if those desert canaries don't make for a fitting finale for our trek through Arizona, I don't know what would. We've made it through the Wild West, and I reckon we're fixing to have a hog-killing time. Excuse me. Stick around. There's less cowboy talk and more adventures ahead as we cross into our final state, California.